are swinging open. Your old buddy Steve and Kyle walking in.
I just spit a wad of tobacco in the corner. Someone looked at me sideways, and I smashed a bottle. Threatened them with the neck.
I don't know why we use this music.
Has the word 5 in it.
Right.
There's we're the dumbest people on the planet, and that's searching for music.
It got 5 in it.
Number 5, this called Fast 5. Yay, go. Like, we're one step away from me, like, speeding that up.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then, hey, this is our intro now.
All right, it's another Fast 5 episode of the Steve and Kyle podcast.
Fast 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boy, that really jumped out at us, didn't it?
That'll
Was a bit
jar you out of your chair if you're not expecting that coming
bit
your
hot.
way. But you know what? That's what the Fast 5 is all about, Steve.
Hot takes,
Hot takes.
hot audio.
Hot audio. Knocking you sideways out of your chair.
Would you like to go first
Yeah,
this
I'll go
week? I
first
think I went first last time we did the Fast 5 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I'll go first this week, Steve. To kick off the Fast 5 this week, Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder.
Boy, I actually had a little bit of interest.
Did you?
Well, not really. I mean, I was. We hung out with some friends last night, and one of the guys there he had ordered the fight, and he's like, the whole time he's like, I don't know why I ordered it. I'm not going to stay up that late.
It's
to
so
watch
late.
It. So what time did the fight start? Like midnight?
I was in bed.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll talk about more about that.
Yeah.
On the
turnaround. Next up, Steve. It's a big week. Oh, it's a big week.
What do we got?
Spring training.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Baseball.
Oh, the Phils, baby. They're back.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Grapefruit League, baby.
Grapefruit League. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. Your predictions on the turnaround.
Okay, good. Very, very good.
Next up, the Nevada caucus. Did you know that was happening this week?
I did. I knew it was happening.
Oh, look at
I
you.
saw that,
plugged in, Steve.
I saw Bernie won it.
Yeah, did he run away with it?
Oh, yeah. It was like he had like 57% or 47% or something.
Where are we at now? Because I've given up. I can't listen to any more politics. So maybe you can help me on the turnaround.
Why do we even bother going through it the first time to say nothing about it, just to talk about it more?
It's a Fast 5. Next up.
What a stupidly designed bit. Say words the one time, the other person says, uh-huh, and then if you try to expound on it anymore, no, you can't do that.
Well, it's our own fault, because the initial design of this bit was
it was supposed to be word association.
Word association.
Like I say, Nevada caucus, and you say, hey, Bernie.
Like, or hey, expected.
Grapefruit League. Go Cubs.
Right. And then, but I did think that that initially we talked about, we'll talk more about it when we come back around, or maybe that's how it evolved. I don't know. But as the years have gone on, we definitely just decided to talk while we're talking about it, and then talk more on the turnaround. So now we're trying to be more diligent, trying to get back to basics,
right.
Steve.
Which, by stepping down to explain it at great length, doesn't do us any favors.
The best podcasts and the best comedy shows always explain the joke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The reason that's funny is because
we're nailing it in that
because he only had one leg, right?
Hey, enough of you and the handicap talk.
Sorry.
Next up, Steve, Parasite.
Oh, the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one, who was the director of that?
Boon Jong Kim?
Something
Ho?
Like,
is there a ho in there?
I don't
Joe?
know. I liked his acceptance speech when he said that he's going to drink a lot tonight. Or drink a lot, and he said something. The way he referred to tomorrow was really funny. It was the wording that he used, like the after of today or something.
Oh, really?
I forget what his exact wording was. Very funny. I didn't see the movie. I don't know anything about it.
Me neither.
Know nothing about it.
Me neither.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to try to get to it, but man, it's tough.
It's down the list
time wise, and it's down the list, and it'll be on a streaming service in a month, I bet.
Yeah.
Or actually, it already is. You can already get it digitally.
Really?
Yeah, you can already get
quick.
it on physical and digital. Lastly, this week, Rod Blagojevich.
Oh yeah. Hey.
That's a news story that feels weird to me. just because it hasn't gotten as much attention as I thought it would.
So, remind me, Rod Blagojevich.
Yeah,
still can't say that.
Terrible name.
Change. He was in prison because he tried. Was it that he tried to sell Obama's Senate seat?
That's correct.
Basically to the highest bidder.
That's correct. Yeah, that was his whole plan. He got caught, was sentenced to 10 to 14 years, and had served 8 of his 10 to 14 year sentence. The bigger news.
Now, he was the governor,
sitting governor
of Illinois.
Yep, sitting governor, sentenced to prison, and he ended up, after he got out this past week, he didn't get out. His sentence was commuted by the president. He didn't. Did you see any of his interview? The reason I bring this up,
no, I know he did.
Anderson Cooper.
No, I saw that there was basically Anderson Cooper called him a blatant liar.
There is. I don't think I've ever heard or seen someone verbally throw their hands in the air in disgust than this segment with Anderson Cooper, where Blagojevich compared himself to a political prisoner. And invoked the name of Nelson Mandela.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's how most will remember him.
And then said, which is becoming a topic of conversation, not just in this case, but mentioned prosecutorial misconduct. That's the new thing is, I didn't do anything wrong, and even if I did, they overstepped their bounds.
What does he do now? I mean,
this is going to be it.
He'll write a book.
He'll write a book, and then he'll probably make engagements at certain committees who think he was either innocent or whatever, didn't do, or got overpunished, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, he is out along with, they said a handful of other people randomly last week got sentences commuted by Trump.
The interesting thing about that, like the thing that always interests me is he just sitting in his cell, like playing solitaire?
Yeah.
And then does he have any idea that this is coming, or does he just get a knock on his cell door one day and they say, Blagojevich, you're out, like it is in the movies?
Man, knowing the way that political winds seem to blow and everything, I bet you he got a heads up from the current administration, and maybe there was a, hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you're going to be out there on the pulpit spitting the good word about Trump during this election cycle. That wouldn't surprise me.
Is that the guy that you want on your side?
Does it matter? I mean, listen, he tried... whatever.
It's so divided now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. You could say, yep, he murdered his wife and 3 kids.
Right. But to what you're saying is, I don't think Rod Blagojevich is flipping voters.
Right.
I don't think that's in the cards.
I'm sure he will, though. There are probably diehards that...
You really think somebody's waiting for a Blagojevich input?
Not waiting for it, but...
That'll do it.
They'll see it and they'll say, oh, well, I think that he was treated unjustly and Trump got him out. So now...
Just be the second week in November. Let's all be done with this.
Yeah.
Parasite, the movie, the Oscar winner for Best Picture, won a bunch of awards.
I don't even know what it's about.
Seeing a massive boost in their box office, too. You get that real bump for an independent film like that. Really good. I hear it's fantastic. I know nothing about it. I guess I was kind of hoping you did.
Is it about a parasite, maybe?
Thanks for sticking with us through the turnaround there so we can give you all the details.
Hey, it's a movie.
So Asian director. Yeah. Good.
Go see it.
Good. Make money. Lot.
Why we turn into cavemen.
Yeah, I don't know. We're ogres.
Movie good.
We're Tim the Toolman Taylors.
That movie need more power. I don't think so, Al. Or Tim. No, that's what Al says to Tim.
Yeah.
Jeez, I screwed it all up.
Before that, the Nevada caucus. Now, is this the last one before Super Tuesday? Side note, when's Super Tuesday? Spring training, Steve. Your Phil's taking the field.
Yeah, down in Clearwater.
Where are you at now? Now, your brother, our brother seems like a guy who would take a trip to go to the Phillies.
Gone. Yeah, he's gone a couple
in the past.
He's
gone.
Him and some buddies.
But it's not like Eagles-esque commute every week like he does for home games right now. He's not making a yearly pilgrimage.
I think he's gone down a few times.
It's neat.
Yeah, I would like to go down for spring training. For one, just to be in Florida in February.
And also, it's not all about baseball. It's a really neat environment down there with a mix of players, small stadiums.
Yeah.
It's much more laid back. It's a really neat environment. So, that kicked off this. I feel like it's earlier every year. It's insane because...
So when is opening day this year?
I think it's the last week in March.
Because it always used to be April 4th, April 5th.
They moved it back so they could give players more off days in the middle of the summer and to leave room for rain, postponements.
Yeah.
But the problem is now there's snow postponements in March.
Right.
And it's brought upon a whole new set of issues for baseball that I've talked about with Sports State.
What's that?
Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury last night, the rematch.
Big fight. So I actually know a little bit about this.
Yeah.
All right, so they fought once last year.
Yep.
And it was a split decision.
It was a draw, yeah.
Yeah, so one of the judges gave it to Wilder, one of them gave it to Fury, and one of them, it was a draw.
Yep.
Which is crazy because in the lead up to last night's fight, they were showing last year's fight.
Yeah.
The fact that was a draw is crazy because Fury got knocked down twice.
But outside of those two knockdowns, Fury absolutely steamrolled.
Really?
Fury, I watched that whole fight. Somebody had some money on it, but I watched that whole fight.
How much money did that person have on it?
That person probably had anywhere between $50 and $100 on Tyson Fury.
Did that person
as the underdog?
Okay, so that person was upset with that.
Person was somewhat happy because there was also another bet that this other idiot put that the fight would go more than 9.5 rounds, and it did.
And they took the over,
and they definitely took the over
because that was 12 rounds.
Went all 12. But Tyson Fury outboxed him.
Tyson Fury does not look like a boxer.
No, he doesn't.
He looks like a big, doughy, dad.
Heaviest he's ever weighed was last night during this rematch with Wilder.
Was he in better shape?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't like he put on...
And I'm not saying he's not in shape.
It wasn't like he put on 20 pounds of muscle and he looked ripped.
It didn't. He did not look shredded, ripped, anything like that. He might have had a good camp, but no. Tyson Fury is not the epitome of physical fitness that people might think of when they think of a heavyweight championship boxer. But Tyson Fury is your classic, better technical boxer. Deontay Wilder has probably the heaviest right hand in all of boxing since Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. No question, Steve. I watched his last fight. He was probably losing before a violent right hand ended the fight and he won.
Jeez.
But that can go a long way towards making up for your other shortcomings in a lot of fights. But against a guy like Tyson Fury, who got up not once but twice the last time from that right hand, and the second one was brutal. The second one in the 12th round, when Fury went down in the first match, was it. I remember I was like watching the fight.
That 1-2.
Yeah.
And he just, my God, both of them connected, but the second punch, I think it was a left from Wilder, just destroyed him.
Unbelievable.
I mean, they show those. I mean, it already looks bad, even when it's a light punch, when they show it in that super slow-mo, and you can see it like ripple through their face.
Yep.
But, man.
And now there's a still image from last night's fight like we're talking about now. The rematch was last night. Tyson Fury ended up knocking out Deontay Wilder. His corner threw in the towel in the 7th round last week.
Right, last week. Spoiler alert, man. Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, they threw in the towel,
I have that recorded
which was
on my VCR.
Unexpected. I mean,
so he got. It wasn't a TKO.
It was a TKO.
Oh,
that's how it's technically classified when your corner throws in the towel.
Really?
Yeah. So Wilder had been knocked down
hits
twice.
The mat and they're like, nope.
He didn't even go down. He was just getting really mauled in the 7th round, and his corner was looking out in his best interest, which does not happen enough in combat sports.
Yeah. Well, there was that one guy last year who died.
Yeah,
there's
been
like
a few
2 days
instances.
after the fight.
Yep, there's been a few instances in the last few years of fighters passing away after their matches due to brain issues because their corners don't. It's on the fighter for them to say, "I can keep fighting. I can do this. I want to keep doing this."
Right.
It's the corner and the cut man and the trainer's responsibility to recognize that that's not going to matter.
Sure.
And that you're going to only be hurt worse if you stick around. So, set the live gate, so ticket sales record for a heavyweight championship fight last night.
So did that guy that the loser, balding man?
I don't remember even getting that vivid with a description.
I thought you did. Did that idiot who doesn't have 2 pennies to scratch together, did he put money on this?
He did not. Now, when I checked in with him, he was going to sit this one out. He did like Fury, but there was not enough what the degenerates call juice.
Okay.
On the money, so it did not behoove that idiot to bet on that fight, so he avoided it.
Well, finally, he's done something that could be considered smart, but he's still very stupid.
Fast 5. What's your time for 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, that's a lot of hate for a guy you don't know.
Well, look, just speaking in broad terms here.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty honed in to be broad terms, but hey.
Yeah, very broad terms. Could be anybody. Could be anyone. Anyone at all. Okay, number 1 on the list here. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Guess we just talked about that. Number 2, coronavirus.
Yeah, where are we at with that?
Are you scared about it?
Nah.
75,000 reported cases.
Yeah, our doctors are smarter.
Smarter? Like, you're just not concerned at all?
Nah.
Because if it's caught early enough, it's like no big deal.
Right, but the problem is people are waiting or the symptoms aren't showing themselves until too late. Until I hear about like confirmed cases near us-ish. There
was like one in Chicago, I think.
Yeah.
The thing that worries me is you hear about like the idiot who gets on a plane because they don't know they have it, or they know they have it, but they need to go to their big meeting or whatever.
Sure.
And then everyone on the plane is infected.
I worry more about my wife in a hospital setting.
Oh yeah, good point.
That's my main concern. But even that, I'm still at this stage where I feel like whoa. It's not a real issue.
We'll talk more about that on the turnaround. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Next, Tom Brady. Some say his next contract could be worth $100 million for a 42-year-old quarterback.
Yeah, he played like a 42-year-old last year. So if you're going to pay him $100 million, you're going to live with the regret. He's better off in a year-to-year.
Is it safe to say he lost his opportunity? Like he squandered away his opportunity for a big payday?
Yeah. Yeah, he kept taking less money to help the Patriots compete when the Patriots never used that money he was freeing up to compete. The Patriots have never been, up against the salary cap, but Tom Brady will be back. Long story short.
In Foxborough.
Yeah, there's no chance. He's not going anywhere.
Hold on. What? No, wrong one.
Stephen Kyle, news desk, sports desk reporting. Tom Brady will be back at the New England Patriots organization next year. I'm going to get it.
So the Stephen Kyle podcast, news desk, sports desk. Okay, good.
It's the same desk. We just have to repurpose it.
We got to put up a logo of a ball.
Yeah, it's like we get done with the news and then we unfurl the roll on top of it,
right?
Like NASCAR cars with their windshield pulls.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
that's what we.
Okay,
do.
so you heard it here first, folks.
He's not going anywhere.
He's going back to the Patriots.
Why would he go to a crappy team and during a rebuild?
Because I think he wants to prove that it wasn't all Belichick.
He's 43. He's not carrying a team anymore. It's just not going to happen.
I guess we'll find out.
On the turnaround.
No, probably not.
We're not gonna.
I mean, he might call in.
Months down the road.
Tom, if you want to call in the next 3 minutes.
If you want to give us your decision, Tom.
Imagine that if he broke the news
on a local,
on like a little podcast or something like that.
And we don't even use it in our notes.
Right. All right, up next, March Madness. It's right around the corner.
Yeah.
You excited about it? You're doing your normal...
I didn't do that last year.
Right, I remember you took that...
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, the tradition has ended?
I think it's done. I don't have the time. I'm in a new job, and that's a long time. That's a long day.
I mean, that was a 12-hour...
It was a big day of nothing but drinking, watching all the games.
How much would you spend? Sitting at the bar?
It wouldn't be that much.
$200? $100?
It'd be less than 200. Okay. Probably over 100 total once you take into account food.
Because you're eating like at least 2 meals.
Yep. And lunch, then drinks. You're doing some mixed drinks. You're doing some shots if you're a real animal. But But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I might try to go somewhere after work for a game or two, but time to move on, I think.
Yeah?
From that stage.
It's beyond you.
If I had done it last year, I would try to do it this year, but as soon as it died last year,
Yeah.
It's hard.
And finally, number 5, Mad Mike Hughes has passed away.
Wow. That's terrible news, and my apologies to, or my condolences go out to the Hugheses. Yep. Apologies to the Hugheses. Condolences.
Now, you may know who I'm talking about once I describe him.
Okay.
He's a kind of like the voice of the Flat Earther movement.
Oh, God.
And he's the guy that like builds,
would he fall off?
He builds his own rockets so he can shoot himself into the sky so he can actually see the curvature of the Earth. You've never... Okay.
Yeah.
I guess not.
I knew that was a thing. People saying that, well, I can't see the curve, so it's not curved.
Yeah, he apparently in a rocket launch yesterday, maybe the day before, he was attempting to make it, I think, 5,000 feet into the air.
Right.
He had an unfortunate accident.
Did he crash?
He did.
Fall off the corner? Do you think he found it?
He found
and he got shot down?
No, what happened was because his rocket, it launches into the air, and then once it reaches whatever height it's going to reach, pulls the parachute,
jumps out,
floats back to Earth.
So you can see the curve.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't jump out. The parachute brings the rocket back to Earth.
Gotcha.
The parachute blew off as soon as the rocket launched, which means he shot up into the sky, but there was no parachute to bring him back to Earth.
Oh, so he just fell.
He fell, yeah.
That's a long way.
I don't think he made it quite as high as he wanted to, but...
well, it's not like he fell 8 feet, though.
Right.
Even if he didn't make it as high as he wanted.
Let's see. I think that this might be the video here. No, there's not going to be any audio for it just because of... There he goes. Up into the sky. Oh, but there's the parachute.
Wait a minute. That parachute's supposed to be with him.
Yep. Oh, wow. That's actually... Oh, boy. I didn't expect to see...
I'm feeling this is an old one, maybe. Like they're just showing what he had done.
Oh, yeah. That's a previous one.
Showing how it's supposed to work.
Yeah. But that first image that you saw... because I saw there's the parachute laying on the ground.
Wow. Fox News giving him all the credit in the world there with calling him a California limo driver.
Yeah.
You might as well have put local lunatic throws himself off a cliff.
Yeah, local stooge. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, a good cause couldn't have lost someone more dear to their heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You just hate to see it, you know?
Well, I mean, I guess. Look, he's a stupid man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame that he died because of his own stupidity.
The old Chinese proverb goes something like, launch enough amateur rockets and you're going to die. I'm pretty sure that's written somewhere on a wall, from ancient China. And Mad Mike Hughes?
Mike Hughes
finally paid the piper on that proverb.
Condolences to his family.
Is there going to be like a moment of silence among the Flat Earth community, or? So he did all those rocket launches. Did he still not believe it?
Here, okay. Now I'm going to show you. I need you to see how this actually went down yesterday. Let's see. So he's got this big. Looks like
It's a catapult.
Yeah.
Is he catapulting himself?
No, it's a steam powered rocket. That's the thing. His rockets were steam powered, and it's mounted like the rocket launcher. Basically, is mounted to the back of a truck.
Yep.
So they drive out into the desert, and there he goes. And oh boy, that's the chute.
The parachute's supposed to stay with him, right?
Yeah,
and help him float.
Historically speaking, yes, but who knows? Maybe he was doing it a little bit differently. So the chute. So you see him. Here he comes. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Steve, it's too fast.
Yeah, a bit. And okay.
Well.
So That's how that goes. Now, the tweet was from somebody named Justin Chapman. Mad Mike Hughes just launched himself in a self-made steam-powered rocket and crash-landed. Very likely did not survive. Well, that is an understatement.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm sure there might have been some padding in there. Maybe this is...
Yeah, like that foam insulation that you get,
maybe
like you put underneath your sheets.
We just don't have the full story yet.
Stay tuned for breaking. Breaking seems
early.
Seems like not the word I'd want to use.
It's early in the news cycle, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. You never know. R.I.P. Mad Mike Hughes. March Madness before that.
Yeah, a month away, probably or less than that. Most influx college basketball season I've ever witnessed, Steve. I think like 8 teams have been number one. 8 teams have lost after being ranked number one. So this is the most influx season I've ever encountered.
Do you watch every game?
No,
like for your,
it's impossible.
No, I mean for like your Michigan State Steves. Are you watching every game? Are you watching games on a regular basis?
No, I can't. Random times in the middle of the week. Sometimes they're late tip-offs, and they haven't been very good. Well, I shouldn't say they haven't been consistent enough, and they just make me mad. I tuned into the last few minutes after following one on my phone last week of the Michigan State Steves. For the majority of the game, they're up by 5 or 7 or something like that against a very good team in Maryland. I turned it on TV to watch the last few minutes. They didn't score another point, and they ended up losing by 7.
All right, before that, Tom Brady. Hold on, breaking news. I think we have somebody on the line.
Live from the Steve and Kyle Podcast News Desk, Sports Desk, Tom Brady is officially coming back to New England.
Next time, man. I think next time you're going to really nail it.
I feel like I need it on the screen. Maybe that's the deal, the difference, you know, or maybe like hey 11, 10, 9.
No. You just this is something you have to learn if you're going to be a broadcaster. You'll get it next time. But your huge prediction.
Yeah, he's coming back.
There's
no incentive for.
How much are they going to pay him?
That's a good question. The Patriots are pretty notoriously stingy with paying their free agents top dollar, let alone a 43-year-old who played like literal garbage the last 3 quarters of last year.
And coronavirus, number 2.
Yeah, boy, I mean, you see the numbers continue to go up and up and up, and I thought they were supposed to have leveled off, and obviously they haven't. So I'm not concerned yet, but I think I'm going to by next week I may come in here wearing a mask.
Okay. You think that we'll have coronavirus here in the house?
Yeah, I think it's on the road. I think it's making its way.
All right.
The choo-choo train that could.
And first was Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, which we discussed at great length because that was on yours as well.
Yeah, heavyweight fight. Heavyweight boxing dictates how boxing is looked at. So having Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and to a lesser degree Anthony Joshua, as a 3-headed monster in the heavyweight division is a real plus for boxing.
You heard it here first, folks. Sports boxing, Tom Brady. Sports.
Mad Mike Rip.
R.I.P. Matty Mike. Matty Mike H. Met his maker.
That's not fair of me, but I can't help but not feel bad.
It's tough. It's real tough.
That group has not done themselves any favors.
No.
And, yeah. But condolences.
Condolences to his family. Sorry you had to deal with a stupid person.
Yeah.
And that he, because of his stupidity, is now dead.
Listen, if you told me you're going to go launch yourself out of a steam rocket in the backyard, Steve, I'd tell you, no, don't do that. You're stupid. Obviously, nobody in Mad Mike's life did that for him.
Yeah. Not cool, folks.
Yeah, not cool, man. You just let the Mad Mike, the Mad Dog himself down.
The Mad Dog. All right, we will talk to you next week. Another full episode coming up then. See ya.